everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who might be new here, my name is Johanna, and I've been documenting my journey on how I lost 100 pounds this past year and my life since then. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to give you a glimpse into my personal life. Now, for those of you who've been around, you've heard me talk about my husband, Ben, before. I'm sure all of you have wonderful husbands, wives, spouses, but I happen to have the best one, sorry. So today I'm going to be telling you about our engagement story. Before we jump in, be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, give me a comment, let me know what you would like to see next. Whether it is fitness, health, lifestyle, I want to make what you want to see. So first, let me give you some back information that is important to know before we jump into the story. My family is German, my first language is German, so that is something that is very important to me. And throughout COVID times, my husband, he really wanted to keep his mind sharp, learn something new, so he started learning German. He started taking some online courses, buying all these books, and then obviously he had a great tutor at home, but he got really good at it, and now he can understand German quite well. The other thing that you should know is that we also bought our house right in the beginning of COVID when things were crazy. We were spending our first Easter in our new home together. When I was younger, even honestly throughout high school, throughout college, my parents would always set up Easter egg hunts for my brother and I. Inside the house, outside of the house, everywhere. It just was a tradition that lasted. It was just such a sweet thing that they would do for us even in our early adulthood. And it was something that I was a little sad that I wasn't going to experience in our new home together. I'm sure you can kind of see where this is going at this point, but my wonderful husband, boyfriend at the time, was like, well, I'll set up an Easter egg hunt for you in our new house. At this point, I was so excited. I was none the wiser of what was about to come. But basically what he did is on Easter morning, he set up all of the eggs inside of our house, outside of our house, and each of the eggs had a hint in them that led to the next egg. So it was kind of like an Easter egg scavenger hunt. And each of those hints were written in German, which was something that was really sweet and personal to me. It was a really nice touch. Then of course, the final egg was this giant gold egg, and you can imagine what was inside. He put it in our cat treat jar, which is like a porcelain jar, which when you open it, it's like so loud it rattles. So all the cats come running in and they want a treat. I put the egg to the side and I started handing out all the treats to the cats. He's standing behind me like shaking, sweating, like, oh my gosh, like she's delaying this moment. Finally, I open up the egg. Of course, there is the beautiful ring inside of it, and I turn around and find him on one knee in our kitchen, and it was the most beautiful, wonderful, personal moment. I didn't really want our engagement to be a big production, like in front of a lot of people. I wanted it to be like just us, and he did perfectly. So the plans for Easter that day, before I knew what was happening, was to go over to my parents' house to have like an Easter brunch together with his family as well, which kind of turned into like a mini engagement party for us because of course they all knew what was happening. So that was really wonderful as well, that we got to share the moment personally with us two, but then we got to celebrate with our parents. Now, the engagement was really sweet. I had no idea that he was going to propose on that day. However, I did have some pretty significant hints given to me before then. We bought a house together. We had been together for several years at that point. We knew that we were going to get married one day. Of course, we had talked about all of that, but I didn't know necessarily when it was going to happen. I didn't put any pressure on him. There was no rush whatsoever. Whenever he asked, I was ready to say yes, but there was no rush. So he starts asking me, you know, what kind of rings that I would like. I'm kind of giving him inspiration and stuff. One day I get a knock on our door and it's a delivery person asking me to sign for a package. Not super out of the ordinary. He said, I just want to make sure that it's a proper recipient, so could you just confirm that information? And of course, the first thing that I see is the name of the sender, which is a jeweler. And I was like, okay. Of course, I signed for it. This guy probably thought I was a lunatic. And I come back inside and I put it in our bedroom. When Ben comes home from work, I was like, hey, you got a package. I had to sign for it. And he runs all the way through the house to our bedroom. He goes into the bedroom and I hear him lock the door. So I was like, okay, I kind of feel like that kind of just confirmed that that's what I think it is. Didn't talk about it. I just kind of was like, hey, like, this is what happened. And he was like, oh, don't worry about it. Oh, need to hydrate for this one. Another time he was looking for his passport. Couldn't find it anywhere. It wasn't in its normal spot. So he's like, can you help me try and find it for this upcoming trip? I'm like, of course. Like, maybe you put it like with your travel stuff. He has this big toiletry bag. So I open up the toiletry bag and what do I see inside there is the ring box. And I was like, I was not supposed to see this. I had all the self-control in the world to not open it up and take a peek. I didn't want to ruin it, so I just put it back in and I was like, babe, you gotta find another spot. Like, now I know where it is. Hi. So there were a couple of things that happened before the engagement itself that were very strong hints that it was gonna happen soon. I would not change a thing. It was the most beautiful story. I love sharing it with people. I love my husband more than anything in the whole world. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. If you want to hear any other stories about our relationship, like how we met, or any other stories about my weight loss journey or anything else, I would be happy to make a video like that for you. In the meantime, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, both linked down below. I've also created some playlists for you to binge. And with that, I thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a lovely day.